Perhaps you can go into Anjali and just before we go for our opening puja. Okay, let's have 3 bows to Buddha first. In Anjali, let us pay homage to the Buddha. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Let's partake in the offerings to the Buddha. The offering of the 5 items allows us to express our gratitude to the Buddha and serves as a symbol to help us remember the teachings. Please join wholeheartedly and read the verses together. Offering of light. Light symbolizes wisdom. May the light of Dharma dispel the darkness of ignorance. Offering of incense. Incense symbolizes the fragrance of pure moral conduct. This reminds us to cultivate good conduct. Offering of water. Water symbolizes purity, clarity, and calmness. It reminds us to practice the Buddha's teachings, to cleanse one's mind, which is full of desires, ill will, and delusion, to attain the state of purity. Offering of fruits. Fruits symbolize the ultimate fruit of enlightenment, which is our goal. They also remind us that all actions will have their effects. Offering of flowers. Flowers symbolize impermanence. The freshness, fragrance, and beauty of flowers are impermanent. This reminds us that we should all live in the present. Remembering thus, we should reduce our craving and attachment. Let us pay respects to the Triple Gem. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipano Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sangham Namami. Going for refuge. We chant the verses for taking the 3 refuges. Buddhang Saranam Gacchami, Dhammang Saranam Gacchami, Sanghang Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Buddhang Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Dhammang Saranam Gacchami, Dutiyampi Sanghang Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi Buddhang Saranam Gacchami, Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. The 5 precepts. We chant these verses to observe the 5 precepts. Panatipata veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Adinadana veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Kamesu miccacara veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Musawada veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majapamadatana veramani sikapadang samadhiyami. Recollection of the Buddha. Let us recollect the sublime qualities of the Buddha. Iti piso bhagawa arahang samma sambuddho vijjacharana sampanno sugato lokavidu anuttaro purisa dhamma sarati satta deva manusana Buddho Bhagavati. Recollection of the Dharma. Let us recollect the sublime qualities of the Dharma. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Sanditiko Akaliko Ehipasiko Opanayiko Pachattam Veditabo Vinyuhiti. Recollection of the Sangha. Let us recollect the sublime qualities of the Sangha. Supatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Ujupatipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Nyaya Patipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Samichi Patipano Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Yadidam Chattari Purisa Yugani Atta Purisa Pugala Esa Bhagavato Sawaka Sangho Ahuneyo Pahuneyo Dakineyo Anjali Karaniyo Anuttaram Punya Ketang Lokasati. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. So we'll just have a couple of announcements to share with you this morning. First one, next Sunday service, we will be having Ajahn Santuti to join us and talk about how monks can prepare for the rains retreat. So for those who are interested to attend, you can register on Eventbrite, but this is mainly through online, virtual. Yeah. Next. Okay. So we will have our BF Youth and Indonesian services. For BF Youth next week, the talk is on how small acts of kindness changed me. This is an on-site only event. So if any of you would like to attend, please do register. Okay, next. There is also for BF Junior Youth, for those if you have children or any of you are aged 13 to 16 here. It's on Saturdays 3 to 5. So next Saturday, the topic is on happiness here and now. And every Saturday, we also have this exercise that is carried out via Zoom for those who prefer virtual, and as well as on-site at BF West Center. So you can, for those who prefer to come on-site, you can register via Eventbrite. Okay, next. So later on this afternoon, we will have Bante Jayamido Thera to come and share with us on observing Sila in a business setting. For those of us who are in the corporate world, I think this will be very relevant for you. You can also join via Zoom, and it will also be broadcast live on YouTube. Next. Last but not least, we would like to invite you to come and support this effort by Buddhist Fellowship, where we are trying to build BF's new home. So we hope that you will donate generously to enable us to have our permanent new Dharma home. So the donation details are on the left-hand side, so you can choose to donate via PayNow, or you can do a bank transfer via OCBC, or even check payment. So if this is too quick for you to capture the payment details, you can actually check at the posters or talk to any of our BF staff or the website, BF website. Yeah. So without further ado, I want to introduce our revered speaker for today, Sister Sylvia Bay. Sister Sylvia Bay has dedicated herself to the study and practice of the Buddha's teachings since 1982. She holds a Bachelor of Arts Honours in Buddhist Studies from the Buddhist and Pali University of Sri Lanka and was a lecturer with her alma mater. She also has a Master's in International Public Policy from Johns Hopkins School of Advanced Studies. Since 2001, Sister Sylvia Bay has been a regular speaker on Buddhist doctrines and their practical applications at local and regional Buddhist organizations. In 2013, she published her first book, Between the Lines, an Analytical Appreciation of the Buddha's Life. This is an excellent book that you'll enjoy. I think we still have copies outside, if I'm not mistaken. So for those who don't have it yet, you can go and pick it up later. And on top of that, she's now working on another book titled Towards the Light, the Buddha's Guide to a Heavenly Rebirth. So without further ado, I'll hand over the mic to Sister to walk us through the guided meditation. Thank you.
We will do a short breathing exercise. Not quite meditation, 10 minutes, not meditation. Instead, we will spend the moment doing a couple of things. I get you to calm the mind down, enjoy life, enjoy the moment. And if you feel happy enough, share merits. Okay? Okay, come. Everyone close your eyes. Sit comfortably. Just close your eyes. Sit comfortably. And as you sit quietly, be aware of your body posture. Just be aware of it. No need to force yourself into a ramrod straight position. Just be aware. The body, as you experience this body, be familiar with the sensations on the body. Scan, just let your mind travel from top to bottom to your feet. Have your mind travel from the head slowly as it travels down the face to to the body. Do it slowly. Be aware of the posture. Be aware of the sensation in the body. Travel slowly down the form. Your mind should become familiar, very aware of the body. This is the body. For some of you, the body feels heavy. For others, it is not heaviness, maybe a little light. Just be aware of the body. As you're looking at the body, you may notice that there is a movement there. There is a movement in the body. There is expansion and contraction. Expansion and contraction. Relax into the expansion and contraction. No need to control. No need to hold. Just be with the flow, the expansion and contraction. That's the body breathing. You don't control breathing. Body breathes on its own. If you notice it, take a deeper breath. Slowly let it flow. Air going in, air coming out. Slowly. I want you to just experience and enjoy this breathing. No worries, no thoughts. Just being with this body and the breathing. Just enjoy this breathing. Expansion, contraction. Some of you wonder, what do I do? Nothing. You do nothing. With the form, body breathing, that's the way nature is. Expansion and contraction. For those of you who kind of enjoy the experience, make you feel comfortable, make you feel good, give thanks to the experience. Just say thank you for the Dharma and continue enjoying it for a while. Gratitude is a powerful mental state. If you feel gratitude, it should make your heart soft. It's a good sensation. If you feel gratitude, direct this gratitude towards the people in your life who have helped you, supported you, given you comfort, security. Just give thanks. Thank you for being in my life. And then say, may you all be well and happy. Then take 3 deep breaths. Slowly. We'll wait for you. As deep as you can go. Then you slowly release it. 3. Then you can open your eyes. Good morning, everyone. It's a long time since I see this hall with people, or at least more people. Most time is camera crew, a couple of people who are here working and helping out. And then that's it. So that was our experience for quite a while. How do you all feel? Home. Okay. Now, you know today's topic, right? Am I a Buddhist? Yeah. How many of you here consider yourself a Buddhist? I would assume that you consider yourself a Buddhist, otherwise you won't be here, right? Now we find out how much so you are, okay? Some people will say, why you choose a topic like that to a Buddhist audience? You wait lah. Slowly, slowly you'll find out. Okay, this is what we're going to cover today. I'm going to dispel some common assumptions and misconceptions. Then, I'm going to have many slides talking about who is a Buddhist. Okay? We see whether you find anything interesting. What did the Buddha teach? And then finally, there is a poll. You recall the last time I came out with a poll about, am I a Kalyana meter? It's a poll of a similar order. And it's a fun poll. Not scientifically proven, of course, but it's a fun one, okay? Now we start today with a poll, which you don't have to vote. It's a sort of a poll of sort, but it's a communal poll. So we all will look at the points, and then in your mind do a mental tick, okay? Tick all the boxes that apply. So, one is a Buddhist when birth cert says so. True or false? You all know, huh? Okay, next one. One is a Buddhist when one believes in the Buddha. True or false? True. Hey, hello. For the people watching online, there are people here. They are just very quiet, observing noble silence. Don't even know why. Okay. So, true or false? True. Okay. Next one. One is a Buddhist when one regularly visits temple and monasteries. True or false? True or false? Tourists also visit, ma. But here it says regularly. Okay? Regularly. Unless you're tourists going to a place where there are a lot of, like Myanmar, right? Myanmar, Bagan, a lot of temple. Then it's different, huh? Okay, next. When one observes Buddhist dietary restrictions, true or false? You're so clever. Next. Has taken refuge in the Triple Gem and committed to the 5 precepts. True or false? Unanimous? You speak for everyone else, huh? Okay. Perform daily chanting. True or false? But is it true that people will assume you are Buddhist if you do this? Okay, maybe I should change the question. Observe Uposatha. Full moon, new moon. True or false? True? The rest, what you all think? That side say true. False. True or false? Can you see what I'm trying to make you do? That people assumes. If you say, I observe Upo Saturday, people will say you Buddhist or not? Then why you say false? Think. You say true, people will say I Buddhist. Then why you say false? Think some more. Okay. Attend Dharma talks and classes in person or online. True or false? True. True. What if I'm only curious, I'm only curious, Then like that, how? Like that, how? All this, aren't all those an assumptions? That when you observe these, people will kind of assume that you are. Now, all of you are Buddhists. How many ticks do you have? How many ticks do you have? The real poll survey for you comes at the end. This one is just to open up your mind and think about what does it mean to be a Buddhist. Okay? Now, what are your conventional assumptions and misconceptions? Okay? Typically, you assume that someone is a Buddhist if he believes in the Buddha. And I put in and the other two gems because there are Buddhists who only believe in one gem. The other two, they have no idea. Well, okay, they know the Buddha and then they know the person who wears that robe is a monk. Then that's it. No idea of what Dharma is. Agree? So typically when someone says, I believe in the Buddha, as a proxy, because I don't believe in anyone else, I only believe Buddha. But what did Buddha teach? No idea. Possible, right? But then they will say, I'm a Buddhist. Then the rest of us go, okay, can. Because you don't believe in other, you are Buddhist. You see, Buddha-ish. And then another one is, what do a Buddhist believe? They say, I believe in karma. You notice the word I use is karma and rebirth. So karma as a concept, they believe it as cause and effect. Agree? Do you believe it like that? Dare not answer. Because yes, we believe in karma. Change one alphabet. And we believe in rebirth. But the reality is people don't really know what karma is. They have an idea and then they will say it's cause and effect. But actually, karma is science. In a way that you can really understand and appreciate. I don't go into detail because today is not a talk on karma, but I'll just say one thing, just so that I dispel misconception. Karma is the choices that you make, and because of those choices, they leave an imprint in your mind. I repeat, karma, the real karma that the Buddha taught is the decisions, the choices. Do I scold or do I not scold? Do I speak out or do I not speak out? Do I watch TV or read a book? These are choices. Do I attend a class online or do I go for BF morning Sunday talk? Or do I stay at home, sleep a bit longer, enjoy myself? These are all choices. We go through a day with choices, decisions. And because of those choices, they will leave an imprint in all the minds, in your mind. You understand? So every time you choose to scold, you choose to speak gently, can you see the effect on your mind? Those decisions that you make, they are called karma. Not cause and effect used loosely. Of course, there is some decision made, imprint left, cause and effect. But that's not the cause and effect that people have in mind when they talk about karma. Agree? The silence already. Is it good? Noble silence is good. And I say rebirth vaguely. Because actually some of you say, I believe in rebirth, but not sure. I don't know. Don't know much. Have no idea. People say, I believe, lor. Sifu say, I believe. Right? So vague, huh? How many of you have seen past life? Confess. How many of you in your meditation have seen a past life? So your belief in rebirth is grounded on science and experience. 没有. Most of you don't have, right? I assume most of you don't have, right? Who have? Don't have, right? Then okay, lor. Vague, lor. People say, I believe, lor. But it's true. It doesn't matter. You don't have the experience, it doesn't matter. A belief means I believe. Sometimes your belief is grounded on facts and experience. Sometimes it is not. Okay, that's all. It's okay. Don't worry about that. It doesn't make you not Buddhist. Just make you a vague one. The end goal. Now, let me ask you. You all know many friends or family members and they are Buddhists, right? They say they are. Then you also accept that they are. But Buddha also say so. Huh? And then if you ask them, what's the end goal of a Buddhist? What would they say? Sort of lah. Maybe that's why I use the word nirvana because it's the more popular word. More popular. It's like something that it's a popular imagination, popular idea. So popular lah. So that's why vague also. Vague. And in lieu of nirvana. So we all know. How many of you would say, "I'm going there. I'm getting there"? Don't have, right? Then what do you have? Most just try to avoid a bad rebirth. So you see, the two of them are linked. I kind of believe in rebirth. Since we can't get to nirvana, then just don't be born in the hell state lah. Don't be animal lah. Something like that lah. Agree? So this all this vague thing, all the vague. So unsatisfactory. This chart is like that. This slide, sorry, is like that. So performing chanting, praying, making offering, observing rites rituals, sharing merits. These are rituals that we tend to associate with Buddhist practice. Agree? Fair? Up until this point, is it fair? Yeah. Not telling you anything you don't know lah. Then Buddhists want to be good people lah. Don't kill, don't steal, don't harm, don't lie, try. Because every time I talk about right speech, someone is bound to ask me, white lie can or not? So this is the part where try, okay? Okay. Do you know, would you agree that there are some people who believe that you are Buddhist, you shouldn't eat beef? And you should be a vegetarian, ideally, right? Okay. So, correct or not? Misconception, right? Finally, what did the Buddha teach? Buddha teach life is suffering. Even better, life is impermanent. Tio bo? Tio. Buddha teach noble truth of suffering, not life is suffering. It was a trick question. Buddha taught the noble truth of dukkha. He didn't teach life is suffering. Well, not the way you assume that he taught. Okay, now comes answering the question properly, okay? Who is a Buddhist? First, the Buddhist must believe in all three gems: Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Cannot suka do discount. This life do one of the gem. The next life they do 2 and 3. Can or not? Cannot. Must be all three gems. And The faith of a Buddhist sits on knowledge and understanding. Even better, insight. Knowledge, understanding, insight are three different words. They are not thesaurus. Knowledge is information of what was taught, what it means. It's information. Knowledge is information. Understanding is you have the info, but do you understand? It's like today, everybody has info about COVID, but do you really know what it is? Do you have ideas how to tackle the situation? No, you just follow instruction from the state. Insight is from the understanding, you extrapolate, you have more ideas, a deeper understanding. So you can say insight is a deeper understanding. So you have the information, you have an understanding, then it goes deeper, and you say, I see. It means this. And now, once it hits insight, your understanding will never shift. You won't turn away from the faith. So the moment your understanding of the Dharma and what the Buddha was, and the teachings and the monks, once you hit the point of insight, you will never un-Buddhist yourself. Okay? With knowledge, you can still change your mind. Huh? Agree? With understanding, less chance of you switching. But the moment it hits insight, you are Buddhist. This life, minimally. Next life reset, don't know how deep your insight went. If your insight is so deep, it will affect you 来来世世，来生来世，对不对？对啊 Okay. So Buddhist faith, saddha, confidence, conviction, is not based on blind faith. Meaning, Buddha say, I agree. Agree to what? Don't know. Buddha say, I agree. It doesn't work like that, okay? It must be based on knowledge, understanding, and insight. KUI, not KPI, KUI. And faith, saddha, mental state. Saddha is a mental state, and it can grow. Correct, ma? You build knowledge, you increase your understanding, you cultivate the mind, the mental states, until it becomes a part of the way you see the world, the insight is there. Then what happened? Then it has grown with understanding, grow with insight. So saddha, your faith can grow. And for those people who are very serious about being a Buddhist, you will ask questions. You will challenge assumptions. You will seek verification. And what do they mean? Ask question means you will go to the Sangha, you go to a teacher, you go to your friends with deeper understanding and ask them, what does this mean and what does that mean? In the time of the Buddha, by the way, if you say, oh, should not ask questions, wrong. In the time of the Buddha, his disciples would go to him and ask questions. They would actually go to him and bante. Lay people also. That's why you got so many sutta in the name of Pasenadi or Anathapindika. You have all these ancient names, and you have people going up to the Buddha, ask many names. So the ones who ask a lot of questions, they get a sutta name after them. Got record that they have asked many questions. Those are the best people. So feel at the end of this talk, I expect a lot of questions, okay? From the floor. Get ready to ask questions, okay? And challenge assumption means, why must it be like that? Why must it be like that? So, a thinking Buddhist always asks why. Why something? Why do you say it like that? And you say, this is me being aggressive. No, it's you being interested, keen on learning. Buddha, approve. Okay? Seeking verification means if you're not convinced, you check. You can ask more people. Always have an inquiring mind. Only then can you grow in the Dharma. Okay? It's incremental. So there, take times to grow ma. It is conditional, meaning you can increase your faith based on understanding and insight. Then something came along and shake your faith. Can happen. So the conditions around you must be also helpful. Good teachers, good friends, kalyana mita. Miss my talk, go and revise. Kalyana mita, good friends. Learn together, grow together, making effort. Some people, right, they're very cute. Today make effort, tomorrow go to sleep. So, meaning today I try very hard, I sit up, meditate, wake up 5 o'clock, meditate for 1 hour, then sleep. Then tomorrow, yesterday very tired. I think today I take a break. So, conditional. That can happen, it's okay. We are all learner on the path. Okay, the Dhamma, and the next one is, a couple of slides down, is the Dhamma. Now, you will understand what I mean by learner on the path. Learner on the path means we don't know everything. We are still learning. We are still growing. And that is being a Buddhist. Your faith grows as your understanding deepens, right? So you will constantly increase the knowledge and improve your understanding so that your faith can deepen. Okay, now, next point. Again, who is a Buddhist? Earlier on we say faith, right? Now, how is your faith expressed? We always say faith in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. But it is a faith expressed in a certain way. Meaning your faith is not, I believe, full stop. Your belief sits on some things. So your belief in Buddha, and it is like this. Now, some of you will look at the saying and say, I chant that in Pali. This one somewhat in English. Not a big deal. Oh, it's a big deal. You notice, Buddha and Arahant, perfectly enlightened, accomplished in, okay, the Pali word is vidya and charana. Vidya, true knowledge, knowledge of reality as is. His is the knowledge of the nature of the mind, the nature of the world as it is. Not our kind of understanding. Our kind of knowledge is filtered through our biases, assumptions, delusions. His has no filter. It is knowledge of the mind and reality as it is. Accomplished in conduct means his conduct is as pure can be. Blessed, knower of the world. The world is your realms of existence as well as reality as it is. A teacher, unsurpassed trainer of persons to be tamed, teacher of devas and humans, enlightened one, blessed one. Now, this stanza encapsulates the qualities, the critical qualities of the Buddha. So you should, in your reflection, be very clear in your mind what these qualities are. Learn to basically, when you see, in fact, people can use this for meditation. In their mind, word for word, they think about what it means, okay? So above all, a Buddhist believes in the Buddha's wisdom and enlightenment. I pause here for effect. Because I want you to drive this into your mind. Why is this important? You see, a lot of us happily chirp away. Happily we chirp. We are Buddhists. We believe, of course we believe in the Buddha wisdom and enlightenment. Where God we don't believe? Of course we believe. Then I will say this. Buddha says, dukkha arya satya, the noble truth of dukkha. Then we all go, say what? What does that mean? Buddha says, there are milestones in life. Birth is dukkha. Falling ill is dukkha. Growing old is dukkha. Death is dukkha. Then we say, yeah, we know that. You don't. We don't. We know it, but it doesn't, these things don't stay in our mind. They kind of flood in, do a cursory look, go off. The thoughts flow in and flow out. Because if they do make that kind, if they do resonate deeply, then we honestly will try even harder to overcome defilements, to let go, to not continue with the fight, the quarrel, the meaningless chasing after mundane stuff. We won't keep doing that. But it's because we forget, or we neglect, or we don't want to pay attention to those things. So the result is, we don't realize that every time with someone is very precious. Because either you or that person will one day die. They'll fall, they'll grow old, they'll fall sick, they'll die, etc., etc. But then how do we talk? How do we talk when someone we know is sick? Never mind, you get better. We don't say to someone who is old, don't worry, you grow younger. We say, you look young. What are we doing? Bluffing ourselves, lor? You think about it. So someone is like 80 years old. Don't worry, auntie, uncle, you look so young. As if look is going to make the difference on mortality. Or, yes, as I said, someone falls sick. Don't worry, you won't die. Okay, we don't say that. So don't worry, you recover. Last breath already, don't worry, you will recover. 你骗谁？骗自己，骗他。Right? So, believing in the Buddha's wisdom actually means you will take things as it is. Life is like that. When you're attached, it's like that. You will have experienced dukkha. When you're attached, you experience dukkha. Attached to ideas, attached to people, attached to occasion, attached, any kind of attachment, you have pain. So the words of the Buddha becomes your reference point in how you see the world. Instead, most of us who claim ourselves to be Buddhists, we use our own reference point. We don't use the Buddha's reference point. Buddha's reference point is Four Noble Truths. How many of you actually, day in, day out, remember the Noble Truths? Day in there, every time you want to quarrel with someone, Noble Truths. Quarrel. It's okay. Every time you quarrel with someone, right, your memory suddenly become very good. You pull out a list of all the transgressions against you. Suddenly you remember everything. That day like this, like that. You suddenly got one whole long list. Noble Truth got remember or not? Don't have. Never think of it. Huh? Yeah, got Noble Truth. Wait, let me think very hard. We are like that. So believing the Buddha's wisdom and enlightenment means the next time you want to pick a fight, Noble Truths. Then you zip. Dukkha rya satya, zip. Okay? Those guys come out with a full list of 你冤枉我, and then very drama already. Music, violin all come out. Believe that the Buddha was fully awakened to the mind's true nature. Two parts to it, huh? that he knows what he's teaching, and that his teaching will help you realize Nibbana. That means you don't go around saying, this line not good enough, cannot be Nibbana one. You got worse than Angulimala meh? You know Angulimala? Serial killer of the first order. You got worse than him eh? If you're not worse than him, why you say you cannot realize Nibbana? Angulimala can eh? They killed someone. How many people you have killed? Come, compare. I killed a cockroach. Angulimala killed human eh? You got worse than Chulapantaka meh? Chulapantaka, now suddenly the faces all come out. Chulapantaka is this poor man. Before he became an Arahant, he had problem remembering the teaching. It gave him 1 month to remember half a stanza. It was very hard for him. You worse than him, eh? Cannot be. You know what I'm saying? If you want to, I too old. Got people 80 years old realize. I too young. Because 7 years old realize. You name it in history, Buddhist history, there's someone better than you. Or worse off than you. I'm very busy, I'm very jialat, I work very heavy. You got worse than, Patachara? Lost her entire family in one night. Father, mother, children, husband, the family dog. All died in one night. You got worse than her, meh? Don't have. We all make excuses happily because we are the age of excuse. Yeah, we're in the age of excuse, so we are happily making excuses. Now, just remember this. Buddha taught 2 things. 1, the nature of the mind, he explained it fully. And 2, the method for realizing Nibbana. The method, the Eightfold Path is a method. If you don't believe, is it working? Okay. Eightfold Path, Eightfold Path. We keep having to recharge the mic. Okay, next. He was a genius of a teacher who could guide any sincere seeker on what? Taming of defilements, spiritual awakening. Okay? Why do we want to emphasize on the part of him being a genius of a teacher? Because what he had left behind for us is the method. You believe that he can tame anyone, teach anyone who wants to realize, who wants the spiritual enlightenment? If you believe that, then you will pour through his method and faithfully train according to the method. Okay? Next, who is a Buddhist? Faith in the Dharma as follows. So you have chanted this morning, Swakato, Bhagavata Dhammo, Nitiko, Akaliko, etc., right? So, well expounded is the Dharma, directly visible, immediately effective, calling one to come and see, leading on, personally realized by the wise. Now, this stanza means the following things. The teaching, the Dhamma for realization of Nibbana, that Dhamma, the training method, is complete. Perfect as it is. What it means is you don't need other people's input. All those ideas that come on centuries after the Buddha, you don't need those. All you need is the Buddha's word, meaning his teaching, his discourses, the suttas, and that's it. You need only that. You don't need the commentaries. You don't need the higher Dhamma. You don't need what I will call centuries after added on. It is not a case where Buddha's teaching module 1, subsequent add-on module 2, like Windows, I don't know, iPad, what's the Apple operating system? iOS, okay. iOS 1, iOS 2 is better than 1, iOS 3 is better than 2. 不是这样的。What this stanza means is iOS 1 the best. Every other one's corruption of the best. Pirated copy. Think of it like pirated copy. So anything else that comes after the Buddha is pirated copy. You want pirate one? You can afford. You want to buy Prada or Prado? Which one you want? Right? You want Prada, right? The real thing, right? Hermes or Hermes? Which one you want? Must be the Hermes, the real thing. So Buddha's teaching, iOS 1, that's it. Don't anyhow mix, okay? Experiential, you see, directly visible. Experiential means what you can experience and you can see for yourself in the mind. Verifiable means I do it, you do it, you do it. We all can check with each other. Hey, same. This is how we experience it. So there is, basically, it is not unique to the individual. Anyone who applies his method correctly, properly, anyone will have same results. Okay? Everyone will have the same results. It's practical, it delivers result, it's appealing and inspiring. Come see for yourself, come see. Ehipasiko. It actually means it's inspiring. You see already, you go, wow, sweet. Must do like that. Okay? Now, for all those of you here who have gone for a retreat, who have come some way from when you started out, that now you understand Dharma better, would you agree with all that he said so far? That you are inspired? This is the voice of inspiration. Oh, we're not supposed to talk, is it? That vigorous nodding of head, So it must be inspiring and appealing, and it's incremental. Incremental. So day 1, you go for retreat, you understand something. Day 2, you put in an effort to try to understand. You understand more. Incremental, okay? Above all, you need wisdom to complete the journey. Now, then you say, 哎呦，这个好像我没有嘞，这个 wisdom. Wrong. Wisdom is not language. Okay? Meaning, if you know Pali, doesn't mean you have wisdom. Wisdom is making a choice. You know how to. There are various explanations of wisdom. I will pick this one for this audience. If you have wisdom, you will choose in such a way. Your choice will bring about welfare and happiness for yourself and for others. That's the difference between wisdom and intelligence. Intelligence means you figure out a way to do things better, faster, improved, more effective, more efficient. That's intelligence. When you do something and it increases effectiveness and efficiency, you're very intelligent. You do things faster, smarter. Huh? But wisdom is when whatever that you do, the choices that you make, leads to overall improvement in welfare and happiness. Now, example, you invent a nuclear bomb. Smart or not? Got wisdom or not? Maybe to the dinosaur. If you destroy everything else, the dinosaur might come back. But not wise, right? No one will say you're stupid if you can invent a weapon that kills massively. But you're not wise because you cause suffering. Wisdom doesn't cause suffering. Wisdom alleviates suffering. See the difference? Whether you are elevating suffering for yourself and others, or just for yourself. Say, for instance, the world is killing around you, but you tell yourself, cannot. This is nonsense. It will cause pain and suffering to others. I will not do it. I will not partake in the killing. Then you have wisdom. It's just that you're not able to convince the others to stop. But you have wisdom. Do you see what I'm saying? So, who's a Buddhist? How do you complete this journey? You need wisdom. You need to be clear in your mind that whatever practice, it should make you a kinder person, a better person, who is able to help others around you feel better, improve their life. Do you understand this point? It is very important for you to understand. A wise person doesn't bring harm and pain to another. Because of your wisdom, instead, you are able to help others feel better, feel calmer, make wiser choices. 明白吗? That's the difference, huh? Not a talk on wisdom, so I don't have to go too deep into this. So here we say, right, in this entire slide, we say Dharma, understanding of the Dharma. And the Dharma has all these qualities. So my next question is, what did he teach? Okay, question to the floor. What did he teach? Four Noble Truths and? Okay, bundled together. Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path. Okay, what else did he teach? 3 characteristics. Okay, some more? 来，哥哥来。Loudly say, with your mask on, of course. You all claim to be Buddhist, you don't know what the Buddha taught. Sorry? Four Noble Truths, Eightfold, nothing else. Okay, now I give you answer, okay? Okay, what did the Buddha teach, right? 对了, Four Noble Truths, Eightfold Path. Then you see, how come there's one whole big gap there, right? Meaning got more things coming lah. Avoid evil, do good, purify mind. That's the teaching of all Buddhas. And I put down there, sometime underrated. 是不是 underrated? Nobody remember this one. So underrated, the whole class didn't even think of it. This is very important. Those are the 2 fundamental points that he taught. Then you say, but Buddha got teach many things else. They are all packed under these 2. Everything else that the Buddha taught, you name it, tilakana, under 1. Patija Samuppada, under 1. Satipatthana, 1 and 2. You see what I'm saying? Everything that the Buddha had taught, can be parked under these 2 critical categories. Themes. Okay? Four Noble Truths. What's the teaching there? So I give you a summary. Now, you want to sound very intelligent, right? And then next time, what did the Buddha teach us? Noble Truths. Dukkha are given in life because of strong compulsions to feed lobha and dosa underpinned by moha. This sentence, let's unpack it. He didn't say life is dukkha, life is suffering. He said life is a given. There is dukkha in life. Because we all will grow old, we all will fall sick, we all will die. We all will have things that people, events, we will all have moments when we can't have things we want, or we are separated from our loved ones, or we are stuck stuck with things we don't want. We don't want to do this work, but mommy say must do. Boss say must do. We don't want to put on mask when we go for class, but the law say you must. You see what I'm saying? And so everyone here is Dukkha Arya Satya now. So dukkha is a given because we constantly have lobha. And when we don't get what we want, we have dosa. Lobha is greed, dosa is anger. And then we are all having moha, which is a whole new ballgame. I have translation as delusion. Moha can be a lecture on its own. So I'm not going to go into that. Agree? This stanza? Then the other one that says, avoid evil, do good, purify mind. Purification of mind has two parts. Okay? Refrain from accommodating negative compulsions. Refrain from accommodating negative compulsion. Wow, the word's so big. I want to say something very cheap in one line, you see. That's why the word's so big. Basically, if you think about yourself, right, you have all this, I want, I don't want, I want, right? You have all these. Sometimes all these I want, I don't want can hurt people. So don't hurt another. That's what it means. That's why I put in the word precepts. The precept is to help you refrain from killing, taking things not given, sexual misconduct, KTV, sexual misconduct, and lying, and I'm so glad none of you went, that's why you all can be here, and then lying, and then, taking any things that dull your mind and senses. That's the fifth precept, okay? And energetically cultivate wholesome ones. DBS. Dana, Sila, Bhavana. I switch it around. Dana is giving. Sila is morality. Bhavana is cultivation. It's actually mental cultivation, okay? Brahma Vihara, Metta, Karuna. Metta is loving kindness. Karuna is compassion. Mudita is empathetic joy. And Upeka is equanimity, okay? All details, huh? Now, my question to you, how to reconcile these two? One talks about the noble truth, and the other one talks about behavior. Mental states, wholesome mental states, right? How do you reconcile these two? And the practice is about reconciling these two, okay? What did the Buddha teach? So, Four Noble Truths speaks about our fixation with pleasure and delight. Meaning, at any one time, our instinct is to go after delight and pleasure, or to avoid pain and unpleasantness. 对不对? At any one time, and all the time. That's why I said the noble truth must surface in your mind all the time. Because all the time, you want something. You want to go after something. You don't want something. You don't want this, you don't want that, I want this, I want that. How many, just look at today. Just today. Coming from your house to here. Were you aware of the noble truths interacting happily in your mind? Not aware. Jalat. Okay, so such things like, suppose I say you take the bus. Ayah, why the bus so late? Why the bus so late? Ayah, I want that seat. Ayah, the fella took the seat, my favorite seat. Nah. Can you imagine? Where should I go? Where should I go for lunch? Where should I go for breakfast? Should I buy kopi o or teh o? So it's actually all the time, Your mother call you, Ayah, why you call me? I'm going out already. Ayah, which bus I use? I can match my clothes or not? I know you. I make you all sound so frivolous. You say, 我不是这样 frivolous. I understand, but you got other things lah, more atas things. We all have. Do I wear 1 mask, 2 masks, or 3 masks? It goes on. It goes on. We all have it. Okay? Especially for the ones who drive. Ayah, why you drive so slow? Ayah, you cut in. Ayah, traffic light. Ayah. So the whole life, we should call our Singapore style of the Dharma, right? The noble truth of Ayah. Right? Okay. Now, your constant desires, right? Your constant, I want to avoid pain, I only want happiness, I want pleasure. It translates into choices, major or minor. You see, I know major, minor. Major will be, should I marry him or not? Should I buy this house or not? Big one, big item. Should I change my job or not? Those are the major ones. Then the minor one is, should I eat kopi? Should I watch my diet? Should I eat veg salad? So it's all food related, or music, or spending time with whom. Should I call this person, go out with it? Should I go and chill this fella or not chill this fella? I don't know whether he fully vaccinated or not. So you have a lot of ideas, right? Major, minor, simple, complex. Should I take the lift or should I walk up the stairs? That's minor lah. Simple one. More complex one is when, this project, who do I invite to join me in the project? How do we approach this? Complex, very complex. Short term, long term, wise or foolish. So what's a wise choice? Come for Dharma. Sit for the meditation. Do some reading. Those are wise. Wise choice, you choose a course of action that can help you improve, be happier as a person. Wise choice always improve happiness downstream. Unwise choice can, not necessarily must, but can actually give you short-term pleasure. So your neighbor sweep thing into your house, you very unwisely sweep it back. You know what I'm saying? It gives you that it actually feeds a very primitive part of the brain. Those are the unwise ones. The ones that make you fight, that makes you scream at another, gets you to stand up for your right. Those kinds of affects a certain part of the brain here, the amygdala. Okay, and they will, all these choices that you make are expressed through speech or through action, and of course in the thoughts. Sometimes they stay in the thoughts, they don't pop out. But the moment you say something, it pops out, right? So, how do you reconcile? Oh, not yet. Don't see this one. So you see, because of your fixation with pleasure and your aversion to pain, the choices that you make can be wholesome or unwholesome. So that's why the Buddha says the noble truths and then tells you wholesome. Hold the Dhamma line is to stay wholesome. That's how you reconcile the two. Because of our fixation with pleasure, very often the choices we make is unwholesome. We learn to be aware and keep it wholesome. Okay? So, without knowledge of Dhamma, without right understanding, you think about it. You have no knowledge of Dhamma. You will just give in to all your unwholesome instincts. That occasionally, on a really good day, when the sun is shining, the sky is blue, it's a really good day, you are wholesome. No matter how good we are as people, right? Angry thoughts, annoyed thoughts, irritation can arise. Everyone in this room, everyone, myself included, we all are good, decent people. I don't care what you are, I assume you're good and decent. Fair? You must say yes, Yes. You don't say yes, miss. Did I overestimate you? Say yes, okay? Okay. Would you say that yesterday alone there might have been an arising of an akusala thought? Good. No musawada. Sure have one. Sure, a bit here. Mosquito also we get angry. Ayah, bite me for what? Go bite her. You had to go bite her off. 不是这样了咯，不是这样了咯。KTV a lot, yeah, of course. Yeah, that one unsaid, that one unsaid. But we already said, well, none of us went, ma. So we're okay, okay? So you think about it, right? Because of your compulsions, your instincts, your desires, the words that come out, wholesome or not, can be not wholesome or. Then you say, I try not to tell, like, I know. I also try not to scold people, I know. But you got gossip or not? Who gossip good things one? You tell me. If you say, oh yeah, I love to chit-chat with my friend, you chit-chat what? Latest fashion or Prada? Already loba lo. You name it, I will tell you it's one of the loba dosa or moha one. Sure. I gossip. You got gossip Dharma, man? Don't have. Nobody gossip Dharma one. I tell you Dharma's like that. It's not gossip. That's why the Buddha once told his disciple, the only wholesome talk, only wholesome speech is Dharma. Otherwise, sure fall into one of the categories of unwholesome speech one. Unwholesome in the sense that they make the mind spin around pleasure. Okay, unwholesome means it's wrong. It actually causes your mind to spin around pleasure or pain. That is why we use this lovely expression, must vent. Vent means what? Express your pain to relax the energy. Then you say, that means is that not good, is it? It is not good or bad. Many people, after they vent already, need more venting. Means they got angrier. So the more they vent, the more angrier they get. You tell me good or not? You tell me lah, you tell me. Then should we bottle it up? You bottle up, then you vent inside, lor. If you really give it up, then you stop venting. The mind stops talking about it. So if you want to vent, you must vent along the Dharma road. The Dharma route. To help you really feel okay. Okay? Venting along the Dharma route. Okay. Another talk for another lecture. We've got no time. Move on, okay? So without wholesome effort, I call it, then you will be stuck in the samsara. Have you heard of this word samsara? People say samsara is life and death, the cycle of life and death. No lah. That is one type of samsara. The one that how can samsara only affect you once in your lifetime, when you were born and when you die? Samsara is all the time. Your mind keeps spinning in different lives, within one life. A good day, a not good event, a bad day, and you know, it keeps spinning. So samsara is actually your series of choices. A series of choices leading to an experience, leading to more choices, leading to more experience. And if you have no wholesome effort, you are going to chase for transient pleasure. You're going to KTV your life. Pleasure, constantly pleasure. Make stupid decisions, make stupid choices, leading to harm everybody. Today, how many already? 100, I don't know how many. 100 and something, right? So you make unwise choices for fleeting pleasure, leading to a whole nation shut down again, threatening to shut down. 是不是 for the worst of everybody? 是不是？是 right? It's like that, oh. So next time you want to think about doing something wrong, right? Something unwholesome, giving into your pleasure at the expense of somebody, don't care, right? Think of KTV, okay? Just 3 words, 3 letters. Often more trouble than worth it. Okay? Finally, no, actually not finally, a long way from finally. Learn to choose wisely. So what did the Buddha teach, right? The Buddha taught us to choose wisely. Avoid evil and do good. So choosing wisely means observing precepts. Now, this is where I want to stress. Your negative precept, I undertake not to take life. I undertake not to take things that belong to others, right? Your negative precept part is baseline. You fall below that, you jialat. Okay, that's baseline. But there are two halves to the precept. And I want to, not taking life is the baseline. Protecting and preserving life is the counterpart. Not taking things is baseline. You must respect another's rights and property. Okay? And it goes on. Honoring and nurturing relationships. Being an honest and sincere person whose word is bond. Making a promise, keeping a promise, in other words. And finally, on the fifth one, keeping your mind alert and wholesome. So people get fixated about, is drinking one glass of wine breaking precept? Seriously. Is your mind wholesome and alert? Oh, never thought of that. So I want you, all of you here, to be mindful of the wholesome half of the precept. I think there is one, okay, I don't know many places, but I know of one place in their chanting of the precepts, right, has two halves. BDMS, the chanting of the precept has two halves. The part about the negative, I don't do this, instead I choose to do this. Yeah, you all should check out the second half and learn it well. Because you more atas lah, seriously. You hear learning about being a Buddhist, you have to be the real thing. No, the Buddhist. Preserving life, respecting others, loving another, nurturing relationship, being honest and upright, keeping your mind alert and pure, that kind of thing lah. Must be this pattern. The other pattern not good. Okay, not good enough. But I have faith in all of you, okay? All of you. Okay, choosing wisely also means doing good, purifying mind. This is the energetic cultivation. This is the bhavana part of the house. Dana, sila, bhavana, we always say. Dana. We always take dana as giving. I change it to be giving and forgiving. Dana is not just, I give you $5, today I'm more dana, give you $10. This is good, but this is simple, baseline good. The hardest part is not giving. Giving money is the easiest. I always say, if you got stuck at giving money, you jalat already, because that's the easiest. Is setting aside your views, for instance. Forgiving another for slights. All those are much harder. Let's say, two good friends, you and your friend, right? Then you are arguing about something. When was the last retreat BF held? Okay, you say, oh, last year. Then their friend said, no lah, 2 years back. Is it possible that you will end up arguing until really bad? Views. Views is all views, right? Actually, this is harder. Harder for you to, you're right. 你对. It's much harder to admit that someone is right, or rather the other way around lah. Admitting someone is right is okay if you agree with him. It's admitting you are wrong. Or you are right. You are right. Factually, you're right. Then are you able to, you know what, just let it be lah. It's actually very much harder to do this part. Because this is dana, okay, by the way. You can let go. You can give up your space, give up a slot, give up your line. Giving up is a form of dana. Okay? Sila. Empathetic, understanding, considerate, and kind. Actually, you go to the next level, it's like that. It is not just observing precepts. It's being empathetic, feeling for another. Because if you really feel for another, you will treat the other kindly, with respect, with consideration. It's not just about you. It's not just about you. Okay? And the third one, be energetic in resolving mental defilements. Bhavana. People have translated bhavana as meditation, which is wrong. You tell me, will Buddha say you must give money, you must observe precepts, and you meditate? You think the Buddha will say only these three things? How is that helping the world? Actually, it's a way more. Every mental state that he asks you to cultivate, these mental states will go a long way in ensuring your welfare and happiness. You tell me, if you have a heart that is entirely giving, and you are always considerate and kind and respectful to another, always, and you make effort to calm the mind down so that it is not easily flare up, you tell me, such a person, will he have friends? Will he have loved ones? Will there be the world that will respect him? You tell me. You yourself, will you gravitate towards someone like that? A giving, a considerate, a kind, a loving person who tries and mitigate his negativity. Will you gravitate towards him? You tell me. If you say no, I also don't know what to say to you. The odds are you will say, 对不对? Like that, lor. So you can say other people, we like to say that the so-and-so are not nice, so-and-so did badly, so-and-so misbehaved. We don't say as often, so-and-so is such a wonderful person, we must be like him. We don't usually say that. We do lah. Not that we never. I didn't say we never. But you look at your own mind, right? Are you more quick to judge critically or to embrace happily? Which one? And the odds are, we will judge negatively. The odds. You could beat the odds, right? So, Dana, Sila, Bhavana, DBS, Dana, Sila, Bhavana. Just remember that, okay? That's our cultivation motto. So, you go home, you get one of the DBS logo, right? You print it on the wall for yourself. As a reminder that it is our duty to cultivate wholesomeness. Okay, now the next lot of cultivation, Brahma Vihara. Collectively, they are about overcoming your instincts to discriminate, to differentiate, to stand separate from each other. Okay? Your metta, wait, let's give you the whole thing. I give you the whole thing lah. See, Brahma Vihara, right? We always call it, it's about friendliness, loving kindness, loving friendliness, being compassionate, empathetic, rejoicing with another, and being equanimous, and so on and so forth, and so on and so forth, right? Actually, if you put these mental states together, it means this. You have no metta if you are self-absorbed. If you're someone who is self-absorbed, how to smile at another? Because you're always smiling inside. Or maybe you're not smiling, you're just thinking about yourself. If you're always caught up in yourself, it's very hard to smile at another. So as you grow in the Dharma, as you become nicer people, right, less caught up in your own narrow world, so you widen. That's why all this Brahma Vihara is open one. It's spread. Immeasurable. It's immeasurable. You see, if you discriminate, I versus you already carve out one space, and it's me and mine, my people, my religion, my faith, my language. You see that? You already cut out the space. Where got limitless space? Limitless means no carving, no cutting. Take out all the barriers and embrace across all beings. All, including the cockroach that haunt you at night. You embrace all being. So when that happens, then your metta, your loving kindness, your compassion becomes embracing. Otherwise, it's very narrow, okay? And to be completely equanimous, you have to accept. Ho I accept, boho I accept, good, bad you accept. You have no differentiation, you have no, in your mind it's like, whatever, doesn't matter. All is the same. Okay? Buddhists must believe in karma. Buddhists will. Then you say, what if I believe a bit? You don't believe that the choices you make will stay in your mind, eh? Of course, if we're talking about between lives, it's a bit trickier, but actually what it means is, I believe that the choices that I make will have consequences for my mind. Okay? It's more that. You impact mind positively, negatively, causing happiness or pain. Let me ask you, we do a little experiment here. Let me ask you. I assume that in this life, you might have had quarrel, altercation with someone. You don't have to tell me, no need to put up your hand. I just want you to think of one event in your life where you had exchange of words with someone. Okay? Can you remember? Don't have? Never mind, you come here, I scold you. I help you. Okay? You think everybody has, Now, I want you to recall, how long did it take you to mend fences? Can you all remember? Okay, you all think, all of you think. One event in your life where you had exchange of words, then it took a while, and then there was reconciliation. How did you feel after reconciliation? Good? Who no feel good? Who? This is why I asked you to admit. Everybody feels good, right? But can you remember what happened? Was there an effort by one or the other to say, why don't we put this aside and be friends again now? Was that? Was that moment where you struggled? Let's say you were the one who offered the olive branch. Let's say you were the one who did that. Did you struggle before you offer? Macam give ang pao like that, so difficult to come out. But then you did it, and then you were reconciled. How did you feel? Really good, right? Really good. Now, for those of you who stare at me blur, not sure, I tell you what, you go out with somebody, then reconcile. Practice. Or there must be someone in your life that you had some problem. Go and reconcile. Go and try. Offer the olive branch. And if the relationship is restored, becomes better, it is actually to make this point. The choices that you make will leave imprints, footprints, for good and for bad. You choose wisely, it is for good. If you choose to reconcile, to be considerate, to be caring, when you choose like that, the imprint that it's left in your mind is wholesome and happy. Okay? So the Buddha's teaching is on choosing wisely for mutual happiness, for mutual welfare. And karma of a Buddhist who understands it's not about worrying about outcome. Most people, when you talk about karma, you're talking about outcome. But the Buddha, when he talks about karma, is talking about choices. Outcome is not within your control. Outcome depends on other people and other conditions. You know what I'm saying? Outcome depends on way more conditions than your control. But the typical person with no proper right understanding of Dharma, when they talk about karma, they're talking about outcome, which is already salah. Okay, that was not what he taught. Okay? A Buddhist will take ownership of decisions because you choose, and the Buddhist will accept. Why do I say accept that happiness is in your hands? You see, A Buddhist is one who must begin to understand how the mind works. If we talk, we think, we act wholesomely, with kindness in your heart, with consideration, and also you're not worried about the outcome. You're just saying that I will act with consideration, kindness, and respect, something like that. Then your mind in itself has that lightness. It is light. They say, yeah, but the outcome is wrong. The outcome is the outcome. It depends on other people's own mental states. So sometimes you do something with consideration, and you must be very clear, it is absolute consideration. Sometimes we say we are being considerate, but come on, you know better. Your consideration got your own agenda one. Your consideration comes with its own self-interest. That's not acting for someone's consideration. That's acting for your consideration. No cow. Do you understand? You must be very clear. I am really doing this with with respect to someone. Really, I am pure in my hope for this person. I want to do this for this person. Because if yours is really pure, right, you are only concerned that the wholesomeness is in the way you speak, and you can express that care, and then you just let it be. You are not invested in the outcome. So you tell your child, I care for you. I'm sorry if my nagging hurts, but it's really because I care for you. I don't want you to have this experience and that experience in life. Then you let it be. You don't. Then after that, it's like, is he studying? Is he now studying? Because that is your outcome. If you really care for someone, you already say your piece. But if you are invested in the outcome, then there is an agenda on your part. You see what I'm saying? Okay. Repeat the talk, then you will hear it. Okay. Then do the Buddhists observe rites and rituals, right? Earlier on I had this point. You don't go through ritual because it's a duty. You don't go through ritual because you're afraid of consequences. And it is not a reward system. I put 3 joystick means I need your help. I put 1 means it's cursory. Not like that. If I light more candles, can you make sure that it works? My prayer is enhanced, it's amplified. Not like this. This is nothing like that. Buddhism has nothing like this. Ours is like that. Wait. There are rituals, but all ritual has to be done with understanding. Know why we are doing it, not what we are doing and how it must be done. So we don't worry about steps. This morning, a few of you were invited to make offering. You look at the words that was said. It's all about the mind. The light to dispel darkness of ignorance. Water to cleanse the mind of defilements. You see what I'm saying? So whatever, you can do whatever you want. You can create your own ritual according to your affordability or your time, or depending on your conditions. You can do whatever you want. But whatever that you choose, you must do it wisely, with understanding. It is a reminder. Wait, salah. Reminder of the key Dharma teaching. There is a cute sutta, Sigalowada Sutta. In Sigalowada Sutta, this man was told by his father, every day you go stand at the crossroad, bow 6 direction. So he dutifully, father died, dutifully he does that every morning until the Buddha came upon him and then told him, this is not how you do it. You pay respect in the 6 direction in honor of relationship. And the Buddha gave him a really long sutta on, a very long discourse. The Buddha delayed his makan time for quite a while to teach the Dharma. A reminder of moral precepts and a reminder of goodness, good friends. Good friends, how to spot good friends, how to stay away from bad ones, how to lead a wholesome life and be a happy lay person. So the ritual that the Buddha said, continue your ritual. You bow six, none of us bow six direction. So this guy does. You continue your ritual, but every direction you be mindful of honoring that about your duties. So he bowed to remind himself how he should act wholesomely. Okay? Then the second thing is cultivation, mental cultivation. So for instance, I say that after this talk, we share merits. It's really about wholesome giving and sharing, a reminder of all who had passed on, to recall them with that gratitude and kindness, so on and so forth. It's mental cultivation, okay? Now, who is a Buddhist? Remember Buddha, Dharma, now Sangha, okay? This is Sangha. And Sangha must be understood like this. We're not talking about ropes per se. We're talking about a community of dedicated and sincere practitioners. This is all written in the words. Practicing well, upright conduct, entered the path, practice with understanding. This is training in accordance, a practitioner, a community of practitioners, a community of Sangha are sincere, dedicated practitioner training in accordance with Dharma and with understanding. And these individuals are worthy of all the support that we can give. They are doing it, we are not. We didn't give up life, our possessions, our creature comforts, our relationship. We gave up nothing. We just hitch a ride on their bandwagon or coattail. We just hitch a ride. If you practice very well, we support you all the way. Rah, rah, rah. Support all the way. And that's the least we can do. Really the least that we can do for all these practitioners who are walking that path, training their mind, taming the defilements. The least that we can do is make sure that their practice doesn't suffer because they don't have basic necessities. So you call yourself a Buddhist. When was the last time you supported the Sangha? When was the last time you supported? When was the last time you contributed for their well-being, bought them a meal? And now I'm going to give you the last one, the Buddhist community. And you need the two of us. You need the lay community, the lay supporters, and you need the Sangha, the monastic, in order for Buddhism to survive, in order for the Buddha's Dharma to continue to your next life. We're all coming back, right? For the Sangha to survive to your next life, when you come back, Sangha, what happened? Because you didn't donate, you didn't contribute, you didn't serve. Okay, so lay supporters, this is from Sigalo, the lay supporters has 5 duties according to the Buddha. They should serve ascetics and Brahmins as follows. Now, why Brahmins? The Buddha believed that support is not just for Sangha. He was talking to one who was at that point in time not his disciple yet. So he was reminding them, he was reminding Sigala. He was reminding Sigala to help support spiritual practitioner. Okay? And he said, with loving deeds of body, speech, and mind, not turning them away at the gate, providing them with material needs. Needs. So it is the requisites. Medicine, food, and of course water. Food, a shelter, medicine, food, shelter. What's the fourth one? Clothes, robes. Forgot. Okay, so the requisites. And in return, the Sangha will show compassion in the following ways. You note, keep you from doing bad, encourage you when you're doing good, think kindly thoughts, teach him what he does not know, clarify what he has already learned, and explain the path to heaven. Explaining the path to heaven means teaching you what is correct Dharma. Teaching you Dharma. So it is the duty, we support them on their material needs. We treat them with respect, kindly in our speech, action, in our thoughts. In turn, they will teach us morality. You see, big chunk here. Keep you from doing bad, encourage you when you're doing good, teach you morality, guide you on wholesome action, teach you the Dharma, and if they did their job right, he will help you to a good rebirth. Okay? Okay. We're going to conclude. I told you earlier on we're going to have a poll, right? A quiz of sort, where you are going to calculate and score yourself. Okay? I am a Buddhist because... So what happens is this. There are 30 points to score. 30 points to score, okay? You quite calculate your own point. I will guide you as we go along. Huh? So, first one. My family is Buddhist. For that, you get 0. If you say, I'm a Buddhist because my family is Buddhist, a proxy Buddhist, I'm a Buddhist because my family is Buddhist, right? You get no point. No count, okay? I'm a Buddhist because I have faith in the Buddha, so you get 1 point. And I know his life story. You get 2 points. So easy, right? Okay, yeah? Up until this point, who got 2 points? The rest of you, they got 1 point. So sad. Wait, not done yet, okay? After that, there is a score, so do it properly. I have faith in the Dharma, you get 1 point. Even though I don't know much, you minus half. You only know half, ma? I have faith. But not a lot, I don't know what it says. Half, okay? Your faith is only half. I attend Dharma talks, you get 1 point. Regularly, frequently, you get another point, got bonus point. Okay, right now, everyone is doing well, right? Eileen is scoring full marks, right? Right now, Right now, in fact, most of you will be scoring full marks. So you're feeling really good about yourself, right? Okay, some more. Okay? Because my mother, father say so. Minus 1 mark. So from 2 marks, you attend class frequently, you got 2 marks, right? Then your mother, father say so, I minus away 1 mark. Okay? Anybody kena minus marks or not? Don't have. Well done. So everybody is still feeling good. So what this is saying is, faith in the Buddha must be like this. You really know him. Give you more. Faith in the Dharma is, I understand what the teaching is about. Okay? I understand. I make it a point to clarify. So if you have never clarified, you don't get 1 mark here. Okay? If you say, I've attended classes all the time, you have never clarified, you have never asked a question, you have never consulted anyone, you don't get +1 here. Don't cheat, Okay? Then, because after that, Musawada will take away your point. Okay. Taken refuge in the Buddha Dhamma Sangha, you get 1 point. Okay? Regularly visit temple to affirm faith. I let you all think a while. You sure have one. Up at this point, I know you full marks one. We see whether you hit 30 or not, okay? If you say I observe dietary restriction, you get nothing. So this one no count. Okay? Daily. Perform puja with understanding. This one you get 2 points. You got full marks or not? Don't have already, start to lose point already. Jialat. I observe Opposata. So you see, if you observe, meaning chew it, stop go, you say, I will observe. I will introduce into my life 8 precepts, for instance, right? They get 1 mark. If your intent to do that is to understand mental defilements and restraints, you get another mark. But if you say it is to do merit, to gain merit, you get nothing. Because some people actually believe that observing Opposata is for merits. It's for merit. So the understanding is not there. That's why I deduct your mark. Up until here, who passed? You all fail. Pass up until here, who passed? It should be about 15 points here. Anything above 7 points, you pass. All pass, all pass, heng. All pass or not? All pass, all pass. Who got full marks up until this point? Don't have. Don't have. Nobody got full marks here. I like. I like top student. Okay. And I didn't say chanting, I say bow. You see, N-O. You got bow or not? Got bow or not? Every day bow or not? Got. She quite full, quite full. Because all your marks are going to be lost next page. Up until this part, right, you better all have pretty high score. Because next page, right, the scores are going to come down. Okay? All right, next. Until 12 noon, minus 1 point. Your Opposata is half day one. No more points already. Okay, next page. Okay. I'm a Buddhist because I'm sincere and rigorous in upholding the precepts. 1 point for every precept kept since you gave your undertaking. 5 marks, right? Most of you will get 5 points, right? KTV, you get minus 2 points. You only got 3 points. Because what KTV? Sexual misconduct. And jiat-jiu. Sure, you cannot lose 2 points one. Why you laugh so happy? You cannot, is it? Okay, next. Yeah, I really love the KTV one. So much folder for giggles. In the past week, I've not intentionally spoken a harsh word, hurtful word, speech wholesome. I can almost guarantee over here, you at best 1 point. But you see, actually, this is why I cheat one. The moment you had spoken a harmful word, right, you don't have really, the 2 marks gone. I repeat, intentionally spoken a harmful word, speech generally wholesome. If you have both, 2 points. Okay? You gossip, no point. Okay, next. I try to let go of anger. I practice moderation. 1 point. Moderation means you cannot gouge yourself silly. You know when to say no. You know how to restrain your mind. Don't just give in left, right, center, like that. Okay? Still good? Still good. Okay, next. I set aside time for Dharma reflection and contemplation. So if you do it a couple of times a month, you get 1 mark. You do it a few times a week, you get 2 marks. You do it daily, you get 3 marks. And you do it all the time, you get 4 marks. You got marks here or not? Lost point already, Cannot add already, Okay. So, all right, next. I volunteer service to a charity or Buddhist center group. I kept it open. So you go and serve food for the heart, or you go and serve, I don't know where, you go give free tuition to people. All count. Service in any form, 1 mark. If it is occasionally, meaning you did it once before lah. Okay, I'll give it to you 1 mark lah. But you do it regularly. So Eileen here, you get 2 marks. Okay? Readily help another, even if it's inconvenient. Must be, even if it's inconvenient. If it's convenient, I also can do. Must be like, it takes, this is dana. You see, 15, 16 is dana. I want to see your dana how. 14 is bhavana. They all have meaning one, okay? The first one, 11, is precepts, morality, sila. The second one is sila. The third one is sila. Fourth one is bhavana. 14 is bhavana. 15, 16 is dana. So here is testing you for dana, sila, bhavana. If your score over here is jalat, then you only have what? Saddha. Page 1, saddha. So being a Buddhist, you must have saddha in the right order, right understanding, and you must have sila. That's a Buddhist. I am a Buddhist because I observe precepts, I do good, I am giving, I try and cultivate my mind. I'm a Buddhist, I must have all those, okay? So you see dana again, offer dana to support Dharma propagation or in support of Sangha. You don't need to BF Dharma propagation. Then you can score your 1 mark. But this class is very quiet. There is a Sangha that I go to learn Dharma, seek guidance, give support. Okay? You do that. In other words, you go to the Sangha to understand Dharma, to learn. Or you go to the Sangha and you give support. Okay, right up until here. Anybody score full marks? 没有啊，真的没有啊。Okay, now come the score. You want to hear? You want to see what you score? Did all of you 乖乖 count or not? Yes. Good, huh? Okay. If you score full marks, it's 30 marks. You are Sakya Putiya. Okay, if you're a dutiful child of the Buddha. Anybody dutiful? Anybody? 没有啊, so sad. Okay. So now you're hoping for the next one. Next one, okay. Next one, adopted child. 29, 26. Oh, Eileen, you adopted 快点来叫爸爸. Any adopted child other than Eileen or not? 没有啊, so sad. Okay, never mind. Next one. You're part of the extended family. Are you part of the extended family? 还没有啊, possibly related by marriage. Related by marriage. You're a member of the Sakyan clan. Okay? See me, the rest of you are only like that. You're a fan. You know why I say a fan of the Buddha? It's like any fan club, right? Like any fan club, you only have a big idea. Then when he comes, you 加油, and that's about it, right? If you're extended family, you're with him through thick and thin, right? Difficult, so I practice. Then otherwise, you're a fan club. Okay? 还有. Anyone lower than that, you're bystander. 路边站在那边站一边而已. I just stand down there and stare. Okay? So below 9, yours should not below 9 one. You at worst is a fan club. Fan of the Buddha. So you are FB. Okay? FOB, FOB, FOB. Okay, below 9, you are bystander. But if for whatever reason you got 0, you're definitely not a Buddhist. Whatever make you think so? Whatever gave you the idea? So anybody got 0 or not? Huh? Okay. So how many of you happy with your score? Only there. So you all know lah, must come down, serve, then you can up your score. Right? Okay, Q&A. Are there a lot?
Maybe I can start off with the first question, if I may, Sister Sylvia. I think the part, I would like to ask a question for those who work. Often we have to have critical thinking and be judgmental. We are measured KPI and we are outcome driven. Sometimes I struggle with what was mentioned just now. Yes. And sometimes you have to have attachment to results at work. It cannot be avoided.
Yes.
How do we reconcile that with Buddha's teachings? Thank you.
You know, for people who are in lay life, and in lay life earning a living, we completely understand where you're coming from. I will bring your attention to a sutta called Vayakapajja Sutta. Vayakapajja Sutta. Eileen, please check. Later on, you all can pack it online. Vayakapajja Sutta was a lay person, Digajanu, his cousin, Buddha's cousin, who went to him and said, Buddha, we are lay people. We are attached to our possession, our pleasures in life. We can't do the things that you say. So how? Can you teach me something that can help me in this life and in future lives? Meaning, help me, the lay person, have my cake and eat it. I stay in the lay life, I enjoy my lay life, but at the same time, I safeguard my mind. So Buddha said, gave him 4 instructions for lay life, this life, and 4 instructions for the next life. That 4 instructions for the next life is the one that I want to highlight for you later. But for this life, there are 4 things that you need to protect yourself. 1, in whatever that you do, work hard, be the best that you can. So this thing about meeting KPI, struggling to improve your performance, go for self-help class and enhance your skill. All these, the Buddha said, because you're a layperson. As a layperson, you have to earn a living. To earn a living, you need to fulfill your obligations, do your work properly. There is no such thing as taking free money. The Buddha wouldn't approve of that either. You're a layperson, you have a job, do the best that you can, fulfill your responsibilities, earn your pay. Okay? That one, it's a given. You're not Sangha, what? If Sangha, then you have a different KPI. But you're a layperson, your KPI is fulfill the obligations expected of you. If you don't like the expectations, you walk away from the job, change job. If you choose to stay on in the job, then you must do the best that you can. So that's why he said, do the best that you can in wherever that you are. The second thing he said was protect your wealth, protect your possession. Do the necessary to guard. So it includes buying insurance. Of course, in his time got no insurance. But the word he said was protect your wealth, protect your possession from natural disasters, from kings and bad heirs, meaning people who want to steal your money, your family members who want to steal your money. So he also embedded here in the second teaching is 戴眼看人, judge wisely. Don't just assume everybody around you is a good man. Just be a bit careful. Okay? So be prudent, be wise. Take care of your own, be intelligent. Take care of your own wealth and possession. The third thing he said was kalyana mitata. Have good, wholesome friends. And for details on what amounts to wholesome friend, check out the last talk hosted by BF. Okay, kalyana mita. Then the fourth one is spend your money prudently. Have a balanced livelihood. His words were balance. Sama jiwitaka. Balanced livelihood. So what you earn, you spend within limits. Remember to set aside money for saving and so on and so forth. But within limits. Don't overspend, so don't go on your credit card and go on the spending spree. But don't be so ngiao. Buddha didn't say ngiao, but he did say don't be miserly. You are so ngiao, the world will say, ngiao means miserly, okay? Don't do that. So this is for your lay life. You think about his advice. Okay, right? Quite clever, right? Spend within limits, spend within your means, have good friends, give you a list of the qualities to look out for in good friends, work hard, upgrade yourself, be mindful of your KPI and productivity. I'm using all your modern words here. Do the best that you can. And guard your wealth. Buy insurance, fire insurance, water insurance, flood insurance, travel insurance, buy insurance. Very wise. Lay life, nothing wrong. So it is wrong to assume that in his teaching, you must, I don't know, you must give up everything. You're a layperson, you don't give up everything. You have your duties, you have your responsibilities. You are a good Buddhist, you will be mindful of your responsibilities and duties and do it to the best that you can. The second part, which is the part is very interesting because it's unique to the Buddha, is be mindful of 4 mental states that you want to cultivate, even in lay life. As a lay person, you need to cultivate these 4 mental states. 1, saddha, faith. So, you call yourself a Buddhist, always go back to the teaching. Be reminded of the teaching. The balance is, if your faith is strong, you learn moderation on your own. You learn to moderate expectations. This is according to his teaching. So it is not about giving up completely, it's about moderation and contentment. Okay? Saddha actually means that you cultivate the mental qualities, because this is his teaching, you believe in his teaching, you want to cultivate the mental qualities that he advised you to. So you cultivate moderation, humility, you cultivate gratitude, and so on and so forth. All these packet within saddha, faith. Faith in his teaching, cultivate the mental states he say you should. The second one is morality. Wholesome words, thoughts, speech, thoughts, action. Wholesomeness. You don't tell me that it is not possible to lead a wholesome lay life, because a lot of people can. I try to do it all the time. I try all the time. I have work. I have a career. Some of you know what I do. And in my work, I try to do the best that I can. Upholding the path to the best that I can, and I do. Moderation, open-heartedness, be giving, be caring, be respectful. What is so wrong with all these words? All these are doable, all doable. Then you say, no, my job requires me not to be nice. You should quit your job. If your job causes you to question and make that choice, success or upholding Dharma. If you say, I am forced to make this choice, my advice to you is, it's not worth it. Okay? If you tell me my job make me make that choice, there are a lot of jobs out there. Why do you have to choose a job that costs you to compromise on the quality of your mind? Because the next person who comes your way, right? the next life, that guy has to carry your choice off. He has to live with it. Okay? So why would you want to do that? For what? And the odds are for money. You think about it very carefully. The odds are it's about money. Because my job pays so well. Then it's loba lo. You are compromising your practice for loba. Worth it or not, it's your call. Okay? So, first one, saddha. Second one, morality, sila. The third one is chaga, generosity. Remember the DBS? Dana, chaga. I put it the same. So, the nature of giving. You learn, you train. In fact, not modern, but today, management standards, right, is when the person can teach, give, and guide, mentor, coach. What are all these? These are actually part of chaga, by the way. The Buddha is not out of time, Buddha is ahead of time. And then wisdom, panya. Whatever that you choose, just remember this, whatever that you choose must be for everybody's happiness. Welfare, interest, and happiness for the communal good, in other words. You cannot tell me someone who holds these 8 things, right? 4, this person will not be successful in his career. It's not possible. You have all these 8, I guarantee you will do super well. Stand for election, win election kind of well. Okay? Sure one. You can do all these 8 beautifully. For sure, Buddha was right. It will be success in this life, success in the next. Okay?
Thank you very much, Sister.
Vyagapaja Sutta, also known as Digajanu Sutta, is in Anguttara Nikaya AN 8.54. Okay, next question.
Sis Sylvia, I'd like to ask about the line just now. You mentioned the teaching is complete as it is. Yeah, I don't understand why there are so many commentaries that comes after that, and their teachings after, after the Buddha has written in or taught in what is written in the suttas. Yes. So could you clarify on that part?
I don't know the motivations of the people, the actual individual who did the commentaries and all. And by the way, all the schools had their own version. Different schools. Today you know it as Theravada and Mahayana, right? And then Mahayana, there is Mahayana, and then there's Vajrayana. Actually, both are Mahayana schools, right? Today, this is your common understanding. But actually, in ancient time, there were just about 100 years or so after the parinibbana of the Buddha, the Sangha community actually proliferated into different schools. By the time of Asoka, there were many schools. And what you know to be Theravada was only one minor school from that period. And all the schools had their commentaries and so on. So my guess, my hypothesis, don't take it as a fact, it's just a hypothesis. My hypothesis is that you probably over time, you have very good teachers, prominent, charismatic, good speaker, good teachers who wanted to help his students understand the teaching in their context. So he or they, the bunch of them, started adding in their own understanding, and then it basically is like, think of it like teacher's guidebook. So your commentaries may well be teacher's guidebook. One teacher teaching, we're very successful, have it recorded, make sure that the next one who comes along understand this thing in this way, this framework, and then teach accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And then also the different schools started having their own unique explanation of the text. Now, you don't realize this. Today you don't realize this. You may know this about 20 years ago. if you are looking for the Dharma 20 years ago, you may understand what I'm saying. You see, we all know we should refer to suttas. For the longest time, the teachings were in Pali or Sanskrit. If you don't read the language, you have no access to the teaching, right? If you don't read Pali and you don't read Sanskrit, how do you read the Buddha's text? I said today you don't know because they are everywhere. The translation, wonderful. That's why I said must support Sangha left, right, center. Sangha took the lead in translating the teaching into English, into Mandarin, French, German, you name it. Sutta Center had all the languages there. These are monks who spend their time translating and putting it online so everyone can have access. So now you are no longer dependent on individuals to interpret the suttas. But just 20 years ago, maybe in the 1990s, for those of you who had already been born, in the 1990s, you remember it was so difficult to lay our hands on the suttas. You can pay a lot of money and get Majjhima Nikaya. But there's no Anguttara Nikaya. It was not translated into the language we're comfortable with. It's in Pali Text Society. I know because I went to check it out. I was doing my undergrads Buddhist studies then. So I was checking out Pali Text Society translation. It was very hard. And it was super expensive. You complain about Anguttara Nikaya being $80-90. Those will be in the hundreds. In 1990s, hundreds to buy Anguttara Nikaya and bring home happy like a lark. They cannot read the thing, don't understand. Because it's in Old English. The way that it's translated is hard to understand. Anguttara Nikaya, you complain hard to understand. You go read the old version of translation, it's worse. So there was a time when all these teachings were available only for Sangha because they learned the original. Then they teach amongst themselves, So the number of people having access to the knowledge was minuscule. And of those minuscule, the ones who understood, lagi more minuscule. Lagi, it's even more minute. Then, because they understood, right? Oh, they are the gem. Quickly type down everything that they say. Whereas today, all of you read you can read it in English. You can read it in different version of English. You can compare. And so many of us lay people now looking at this. And you bring into the understanding your own experience, your own understanding, your own training. You go in. It is so rich. The environment learning Dhamma is now so rich. We live in the age of plenty, in other words. We are very fortunate people. And the young ones who come after, lagi more fortunate. They can read the Dhamma on iPad. Everywhere they go. At the touch of one finger, the whole sutta comes out. Just now we were talking about Recollection. She checked already, give you the title. Now you can go and find. Tonight can go and read, understand, then enlighten tomorrow. Yeah, you see, so nice. Okay, next.
Okay, online question. Can you guide us how to increase our wisdom? Present world seems focused more on intelligence rather than wisdom.
I have to think of a way to explain this in 5 minutes. Wisdom is a very, you can come from different angle and see at different levels, okay? And the way that you increase wisdom is actually to read, understand, spend time reading and understanding the sutta, as many as you can. Spend time reflecting. Okay, is it still okay? Spend time, because wisdom cannot be understood only from reading. Not enough just to read. You need to read, understand, and correlate with what you observe of mind's nature. So you want time to reflect and correlate means you understand the teaching. Then you see if you can see it in your daily life. And you keep correlating. Wisdom takes a long time to grow, to cultivate. Assuming that your predecessor didn't do it for you. I repeat, assuming your predecessor didn't do a good job. Predecessor means your past lives. They all didn't do a good job. So then you have to do the heavy lifting for cultivation. You have to go for retreat, you have to look at the suttas, you have to spend time reflecting, you have to, Buddha says, kusala, 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 wholesome, 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 then you wholesome, wholesome, wholesome. You have to be wholesome to develop wisdom. It's actually both ways. Wholesomeness and wisdom are back to back. That's why the Buddha is Vidya Charana. He's wise and he's wholesome. There is no such thing as I have wisdom but I'm not wholesome. No such thing. You tell me you are wise, but you're not very wholesome, right? I tell you your wisdom is in the mind. It's all in the figment of your imagination. If you're really wise, the wholesomeness is second nature. If you're really wholesome, wisdom is an extension of you. You may not realize it. Okay? So you want to cultivate wisdom, you must cultivate the other qualities also. Faith, increase your knowledge and understanding, do your practice, especially work on your wholesomeness, the wisdom will then surface. Surface. Some mental states you can control, meaning you can do things and make it happen. Some mental states are very conditional. They can arise only when the other mental states are in place. So there is a difference. Saddha, you can do things and cultivate. Panya, wisdom, the other mental states are in place, the panya will start to arise. It is very cute. It's just the way it is. Okay?
Thank you, Sis Sylvia. Another question. What do you say to a dying person? Words of comfort, please.
I think, I won't tell you the words, but I can tell you the things to cover. If this person is a Buddhist, number one, you want to help this person find peace. And the person find peace by feeling that they had done the things that they want to do in this life. And I want to highlight the key ones, important ones. One, the duties to your parents and your children, your family. The duties that you have completed your duties. You had done well. Your family is good and okay, that kind of thing. And it is not material good. It has to be also, in my view, wholesome good. That means your child, let's say the fellow is a parent, your child is a good person with integrity, righteousness. The child is honest. The child has not done bad to people. It's a good person. So you want to, point out that he has fulfilled his duties and obligation to the family, that he would be leaving behind family who are good people, and will continue to serve society after this person has gone off. So that's one. The second thing is, remind this person of the good that they had done. If this person had been generous, had been kind, had been respectful, giving, etc., 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 if you know the fella, you want to point out all this wholesome goodness. Get maybe 3 qualities. No need to have one list. You wait, I read to you your list. No need, just 3 key ones that the person feel very comforted by. And it's good enough. Why 3? You can have 4, but don't have too many, because then the fellow it's hard to remember. You can help the fellow recall one big event that brings a lot of joy to the individual. That's why in your life, young ones also, you want to be involved in good things, good deeds, to be part of good effort. Now, I'm not advertising for BF. I'm not. It is not meant as an advertisement. But it's meant to raise to your attention an opportunity. How often you have an opportunity to help build something? How often to build a Buddhist center in Singapore, that if this Buddhist center becomes a leading institution for Dharma propagation, then you are part of it. To be part of it. We don't have this kind of opportunity. I mean, every other day people build center, is it? Don't have, right? It's not that often. So to be a part of something like this is really a unique opportunity. That's why I'm saying, do it, do something. Come, leave a stone, put cement. If you don't want to do right, then give money lah. If not, you come and lift the thing. Put that rock. You should actually have a chance for us to witness you putting the rock, putting that foundation. You go from there. We build from scratch together. Then when you are dying, right, someone will say to you, you were part of this movement. You had been involved. Look, now so big already we have. Teaching, guiding centuries, generations of Singaporeans to understand the Dharma. Then when you come back next life, come back as Singaporean, go to BS study. This one, I don't know why, but this name very familiar to me. See you lah, different life. Something like that lah. Be part of something, and so you can remind people of what you had done. Okay.
Thank you, Sis Sylvia.
One final point about that, about the dying person. If the person is a Buddhist, right, affirm faith. Faith in the goodness that you had done, that person had done. Because you want the fellow to have that confidence and that calmness and that joy, then the person will transit nicely. Okay? Yeah.
I have three last questions, but the one on KTV, someone has already answered. So I have two more questions. Does aha moment mean it changes one's perception, but I usually don't remember the subject after that? Why is it like that?
If your aha moment does not lead to you remembering, then it is usually the mindfulness not sharp enough. Number one, mindfulness not sharp enough. And number two, aha for you is a very small aha. If it is a powerful aha moment, you will remember some things. You may not remember in detail, but enough for you to feel very joyous. And every time you remember it, the joy will come up again.
Thank you, Sis Sylvia. Last question. If we have trusted someone, but instead the person betrayed our trust and caused hurt to us, how should we reconcile ourselves from the Buddhist perspective? Thank you.
Do you have to reconcile? If you have to reconcile because this one is a family member or something, then you yourself in your own mind, don't hold on to the betrayal. As long as you hold on to a memory and you narrative, you talk about it in your mind, about that person having done this thing, therefore so bad, right? If you hold on to a hurt or you hold on to a perception, that giving, that forgiveness will never come. You have to tell yourself, you have to say certain words that will allow you to put aside the hurt and betrayal. You have to say things. You can't say it in the way that it continues to cause pain. You have to say it in a reverse way, in a different way. I'll give you an example. So, someone caused hurt, then you say, a person who maybe he have his own reasons. I actually never ask him. 2, maybe there is a lot of pain or there's a lot of delusion and therefore he acts in this way. Whatever it is, say in a way that you can understand and you can forgive. And only when you can forgive, then you go approach the person and say, Whatever that happened, we don't talk about it, we just let it go. Can we start again? Like that lah. Now, some of you will say, you thought like it's very easy. No, I thought easy. Do that time is way harder. But we talk about cultivation, right? It's about this mind, right? You must want to fix this mind. If you want to fix it, if you believe that in order to progress in my learning, in my Dharma journey, I have to let go of this anger, this lobha dosa, it's for my own good. That gives you an incentive to do what is not easy. You understand? You will only do the difficult thing if you believe and you can see it is necessary. Otherwise, if you're doing it because I say so, you're doing it because Buddha says so, it wouldn't work. You have to believe it must be done. And it is to be done for your own good. If you believe that, you will do it. It's hard, you will say it. You will cough the words out. Okay? Actually, forgiving is not that difficult. It requires a few things. Number one, it requires you not to think about the hurt. You have to stop talking in your head. He did this, he did that, they did this, they did that. You have to stop talking like that. Number two, you have to talk differently. Maybe he did this because he was hurt, he's in pain, he's frightened. We are very forgiving of people who are frightened, right? Or because he is weak. For one moment he was weak and he regret. If you say words that make you forgive, then it's easier. So that's the second thing. One, don't talk in your angry way. Two, talk in a different way. In a forgiving, kind, thinking, respectful, the Buddha's way. Then, one is I must do it because it's for my own good. Two is I stop talking like that. Three is I talk differently. You can do these three, guarantee okay. After that, you can move on. You cannot do these three, you don't think that it's necessary, then the rest you continue lah. It's only when you think it's necessary, it has to be done, then you will do the difficult thing, which is to reconcile. Okay? Okay. Are we done?
Yes, thank you, Sis Sylvia.
I just want to, now, many of you have seen this slide many times before. To remind everyone to be chaga, I want to make one point. I know that this period, this COVID period, very hard, very painful things happening around the world. And right now it's come into our region, whether it's in Indonesia, in Malaysia, in Myanmar, in Thailand, you name it, it's here. COVID has wreaked havoc in our world. We are the lucky one. We can laugh at KTV. We are very lucky, very fortunate. Everywhere else, they are not laughing, okay? And I also know that there are many groups, many Buddhist groups, including friends in BF, and there's a whole bunch of friends that I know who are working very hard, raise money for people in other countries. I know that, okay? So I want to just say to everyone here, that for all the good that you had done in the past week, in the past month, rejoice in that good. For by doing that, you can increase a few points for yourself from the poll earlier on. In your service, in your care and giving, in your effort to help others, in answering to the call to help, all these are very powerful mental states of giving. So rejoice in that mental states, and I want you all, as you rejoice, to share merits, to invite your late departed relatives to also partake in the wholesome deeds that you had done in the past week, months. So afterwards, when we go into Idame Niatinang Hotu, remember to call your family, your loved ones to partake. And of course, we'll be sharing with the Devas and all other beings. Thank you.
Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Thank you so much, Sister Sylvia, for the interesting, inspiring, and insightful talk we had today, and clarifying and enriching our understanding of our practice. So let us do the closing. In Anjali, dedication of merits. Let us invite all sentient beings to participate in our acquired merits. Etta vata cha amhehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Etta vata cha amhehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Etta vata cha amhehi sambatam punya sampadam sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampati siddhya. Dedication of merits. Let us dedicate the merits of participating in a wholesome Dharma activity to our departed relatives and friends. Idame nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. Idame nyatinam hotu sukhita hontu nyatayo. End of service dedication. I dedicate the merits which I have accumulated to the cultivation of my mind in order to bring happiness and benefits to all sentient beings. I dedicate the merits to my parents, children, spouse, relatives, friends, colleagues, and my adversaries, wishing them long life, good health, happiness, and prosperity. May we never part from the Triple Gem, and may we always walk the path towards enlightenment. Closing homage. Let us pay respects to the Triple Gem. Arahang Samma Sambuddho Bhagava Buddhang Bhagavantam Abhivademi. Swakato Bhagavata Dhammo Dhammang Namasami. Supatipanno Bhagavato Sāvaka Sangho Sangham Namami. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Take care, and may all be well and happy. Remember to register if you're via Eventbrite if you're planning to come next Sunday. And last but not least, please support BS Building Fund. You can go to our website or take a look at the posters on how you can donate. Thank you all. Take care.